Hey everybody, Adam here, and we're back with even more vintage. This time, we will dive down the rabbit hole of playing the quote-unquote best deck, and we're here to play some Blue Tinker. So specifically, this is the 18th place list from the Vintage Challenges last Saturday from a player called The Power 9. So I was looking over a few lists, and I looked at this, and I went like, yeah, like, if I was going to play this deck, this seems kind of like what I would want to play. Kind of go over the deck list a little. More blue cards in Vintage indeed, Travis. I kind of go over what's in the deck, and then some of my thoughts real quick, and then we'll get this started. So, of course, all of your, all 5 Moxes, Mana Crypt, Black Lotus, Soul Ring, Top, 2 Needles, Key, Vamp Tutor, Ponder, 4 Flusterstorms, Brainstorm, Ancestral Recall, Mental Misstep, Probe, 1 main deck Herticles Recall, a Merchant Scroll, Time Walk, Demonic Tutor, Time Vault, 4 Hull Breacher, a Mystical Dispute, Time Twister, Tinker, Force of Negation, Narset Parter of Veils, 2 Urza Lord High Artificer, Bolus of Citadel, Dig Through Time, 4 Force of Will. And then worth noting here are the 4 Urza's Saga in the mana base, Tolarian Academy, couple basic islands, some fetch lands, Partridge and Pear Tree. In the sideboard, 1 more basic island, 2 Grafdigger's Cage, 1 more Pithing Needle, 2 Soul Guide Lanterns, 3 Hercules Recalls, another Mystical Dispute, an Eliminate, a Dismember, a Fatal Push, a Karn the Great Creator, and a Sphinx of the Steel Wind. So I like a lot of what this is doing. The Flusterstorm's main are going to be great versus other combo decks. Narset, Hull Breacher are just going to stare PO in the face and make them cry a little bit. Biggest win conditions being things like Urza. So I guess there is Urza and Urza Saga being our primary win conditions. So one of the big things I kind of thought about is I wish I had this main. Now, I'm going to touch on this more at the end of the league, but I think that, 4 Hull Breachers, 2 Urzas, and some Sagas, that might make it rough to win a game. But obviously it's not that bad because everybody and their brother is doing well with Blue Tinker right now. Yeah, Big Blue shall go in response. Correct. So I kind of want this, but for this league, I'm going to leave it right here where it lives. This Karn the Great Creator is a sideboard juke for Null Rod decks. So what this lets you do is you don't necessarily need all of your big dumb, and it also allows you to kind of shift some of the nonsense to the sideboard and then get it later if it becomes relevant. So that's kind of where that's at. Also just turn my Time Vault into a thing. Attack you. My Time Vault is untapped. I should probably just be winning the game, but maybe there's a Null Rod in play. Or a Collector Roof. Who knows? So kind of wanted this main. Still not 100% on how I feel about this in the sideboard, but Power 9 is a very good Magic player, and I'm going to default to their expertise, especially because I'm still not super familiar with Vintage. In that regard, Vintage Eternal Weekend is next weekend, so this week I will be jamming, and then next week I will be jamming, and then finally Vintage Eternal Weekend I will be playing just the Sunday event next weekend. So got some time to try to figure out what I want to play. Yet TBD whether or not I'll be streaming the actual Eternal Weekend event itself. If you have thoughts on that, Twitter, comments, what have you. So anyway, without further ado, let's kick this pig. Travis, I could full well seeing myself go 2-6. Totally a thing that could occur. So I'm going to play the event, even though I'm not super confident in my abilities in Vintage. I think that I would love to play first. Well, that's not where we want this. Yikes. That's somehow worse. Yikes. Alright, keep. Get rid of the dig through time and force of will. Done. Probe. Player Saga. Say go. So I don't know yet. Like, this seems pretty rad. 8cast seems pretty rad. There's just a lot of really cool stuff going on in the format right now. Sick. Cast this one. Nice. I would like to force back. Yeah, so I'm thinking a little, like, I'm thinking about 8cast, I'm thinking about this. I'm probably going to try some of the green-white hate bearsy decks here. Alright. Make a thing. Gonna die to my mana. Oh, no? No, hey. I mean... Cast this one? Yeah, trying out some of the hate better decks later this week, though. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure what exactly my plan is right now. Emerald, yes. Lotus, sure. Green mana. Blue. That's unfortunate. I mean, yeah. Yikes. Blue source. Deck, come on. Come on. Yeah, so... And that was, like, that's why I messed around with Jeskai. But I... Like, so Jarvis Yu posted a video today talking about his choices for, like, the best choices for Eternal Weekend. And yeah, that's gonna resolve. He mentioned Jeskai as a possible option. Yeah, he mentioned Jeskai as an option. Sorry, bear with me here 2 seconds. This has gotten louder than I wanted it to be. So Jarvis mentioned Jeskai as, like, one of the decks he thinks is really good. And I don't entirely disagree with that. But if I was going to, like, signing up for this, right? Like, knowing that my... Red, green? Am I getting grudged? What? I'm so confused. Hold on. My opponent just cast Manamorphose in Vintage. in their Dak Fade and Uro deck. Can somebody explain to me what's going on right now? Judge? I think I need an adult? What? I don't understand. Maybe. That's a good one. I don't know that I love the notion of delving away your Uro there, but, like, I guess? I'm so confused. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Blue source. Yikes. Yeah, this is bad. I mean, yes. I'm not happy about it, but yes. I'm gonna discard this one and this. Seem reasonable? Oh yeah, no. That's Justin Yanari, and Justin's like very, very, very good at Magic and very, very, very good at Vintage. Yeah, that's fine. Well, Flusterstorm doesn't counter my Hull Breacher. So I have a sneaking suspicion my opponent plans to plus Dak target me again. Sure. I'm gonna pitch this. This one. Show me your days. I know you have some number of them. Yep. I will just... Pitching the Flusterstorm seems reasonable. Okay. Well, that was bad. This one I want. This feels good. Interesting. Nice. Yeah, that's fair, Travis. Vamp can go. And then what? Like, Herx feels like it doesn't matter? Herx feels like it doesn't matter. I know opponents playing Strip Mine, but they didn't show me Wasteland. I have 2 Needles to name their stuff. I have an Eliminate to clean up stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to have any of this. Like, opponent could be a Tarmogoyf deck or a Collector Roof deck, but I don't know. I think we're just going to submit like this. Yeah, like, that was a pretty savage maul. Like, I agree. Yeah. Underground City. Oh. Yeah? Please fire off your Ancestral. Please. Please. Cast Time Walk. Okay. I'm not sure what... Okay. I'm not quite sure what the plan there was. Yeah, we have one Herxbane. Which feels like a correct thing to do, to be honest with you. No? Well, it feels unfortunate that I'm not gonna get anything off of this. I think I will, however, go get my own Ancestral. I wish for my Ancestral Recall. How does that sound? Yep. Tropical Island, sure. Is this where opponent just Okos? Blue, blue, blue. Yeah, I mean... Sick. That feels great. Alright, we're gonna float here because I know that opponent is playing Daze. What do I want here? Is it Sapphire? Oh, Key. I want Key. Nice. Okay. Sure, I guess. Sure. Like, there's an argument to bring in this Sphinx. I mean, apparently so. I feel like I'm probably supposed to board in Sphinx here now that I'm thinking about it, because opponent showed his Dak Faden. Keep. Sure. That's a choice. Oh. I think opponent is on a variant of Rug Walkers. So, fellow Team Swish member and streamer Jeremy Pinter played what I assume is a deck much like this at 2019 Eternal Weekend and did very, very well with it. Yeah, I mean, like, I kind of just want to fetch with this Misty, grab another basic, and then cast Scroll. Go get my Ancestral. Oko? Is it Oko? Okay. So since my game plan long term is this, yeah, like I think I'm just gonna force. Yep, sure. I will not pay for days. Okay. Draw, sure. So game plan here is play Saga, pass. Ruby, sure. Saga. I'm gonna wait for opponent to blink first, and then we're gonna cast this Hull Breacher. Like, opponent definitely represented Blast with that Ruby. Is this one good? Tell me, opponent. Does this resolve? Ooh. Force Pitch JVP. Wild. Sure. So, like, I have another Hull Breacher that can, like, functionally interact favorably for me with his Dak Fade, which is very good. I don't hate that one either. Gonna be real with you. Alright. Hull Breacher? Yes. What are we doing? Blue, green. Gosh. That leads me to believe they don't have anything. So if they don't have anything, then my answer is to Ancestral right here, right now. Okay, they had Fluster. Sure. I have no intention on paying for Flusterstorm. Okay. Hull Breacher resolves? I love it when Hull Breacher resolves. Do you have the Bolt? Like, if you have the Bolt, feels bad, man, but also... Oh, okay. I'm gonna punch your Dak Faden. Sure. Okay. That's a good one. I kind of want to dig to hit a land drop. Is that crazy? I think I can wait. I think right now I'm in control. Dig. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure. Opponent had another fluster. Rad. Okay. That's not at all what I was interested in. Alright, well, I guess we're clocking with this Hull Breacher. So, at some point, like, we have to draw a 4th land for this Urza. I mean, that's a good one. I feel no need right now to really do anything. Like, I could try to jam this Time Vault, but I don't feel like I need to. I feel like right now opponent is the one on the back foot, and I just get to attack for 3 every turn. Oh, right. I would like them to determine whether or not this Pyroblast is worth 3 mana. Pyroblast, in fact, worth 3 mana. Okay. Sure. Narset. Down. I will take the Force of Negation. Right. It's so weird, like that they're just like 3 mana Pyroblast. That's the thing I'm fine with. Red. So I can pitch this Urza and have the Dispute for the future. Okay. Opponent's cool with all this, which means I'm cool with all of it. That's pretty gas. Down? Huh. I don't hate just getting Soul Ring here, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess. I don't feel like that's worth fighting over. Yeah, right, Narset says sit down. We just keep showing our opponent things that says they can't draw cards, and I love it. I mean, I agree with you. At some point, that opponent just will have nothing left to do. Alright, so this is where opponent plays the Uro. Yup, leaving a ruby up, sure. Screaming pyroblast at me. I kind of just want to flash in Hull Breacher and see how they respond. Apparently they will not respond. Good talk. I mean, it did indeed escape. I wish for to probe you. Opponent's hand is... Oh, Shattering Spree, Treasure Cruise, Preordained Brainstorm. Opponent's hand is hot garbage. I'm casting this Time Twister like stat. Sick. Mox. Mox. Saga. Sego. Yeah, right. Like, opponent is like 99 kinds of dead. Misstep. Nope. What is this attacking? I am. It is attacking me. Sure. I will choose not to block. Alright, there we go. That's what we're after. Yeah, I most assuredly forgot that my Urza Saga did not yet have 2 counters on it. Yeah, the Saga construct is going to be enormous. And that's kind of, yeah, cool. Alright. First one's on the board. Yeah, that Saga construct was going to be absolutely ridiculous swole, and their Uro was never getting through, and the one would attack, and the other one would block. And that was going to be the name of the game for basically eternity. Yeah. 7, Mox, yep. And then whatever we get. I would love to play first. Sure. This looks fine. Mulligan's to 6. Uh-oh. If opponent goes 5, I'm calling shenanigans. That we can't run into Dredge this often. But thank you everyone for joining tonight. I really do appreciate you all being here. I appreciate that out of all the places you could be on... That's fine. Out of all the places you could be on Tuesday evening, you choose to be with me. Force of Will, Lotus Pearl... oh, this is a mirror. This is a mirror. Okay. An opponent's hand is, like, super reactive. Whereas mine is proactive. I also know that opponent doesn't have strip. So I think I want to... What do I want to use this vamp to get? We'll figure it out, I suppose. I don't think I'm... They have Lotus... There's no way I can draw this turn. Cool. Their game plan is probably Lotus, crack. So I just counter the Lotus and strand all this crap, right? Like, that's the line. Just counter the Lotus and strand all their garbage in hand. They don't have a land. Oh, okay, they did have Underground Sea. Sure. This, yes. Yes. Scroll. So, Lotus is gone, Pearl's out. They've just cast Merchant Scroll. The rest of their hand is Force of Will, Fluster. I'm gonna vamp his bait. One, two, three, four, five. I just kind of want to grab my Lotus. Yeah, that's their game plan, is go for Ancestral. So I guess I get my Ancestral? Yep, they get their Ancestral. If I force here, this takes the Fluster. But I have to pitch the Brainstorm, which I kind of want. I guess I could pitch the Narset. I have a Hull Breacher. Yep. So, opponent has one unknown in hand. Okay. Yoink. No. I do have Breacher, correct. And that's why I pitched the Narset. I think the Hull Breacher is actually more valuable. What do you got? Top. Okay. I know they have this Force of Will. I think I'm just going to Brainstorm. Put back Saga Ancestral. Cast top. Play Tolarian Academy and pass. We're on similar looking hands right now. This Tolarian Academy I think is very good for me. Yep. He's fine. Sure. Strand, Saga, Ancestral. Sure. We're just gonna do it now. We're gonna force the issue. Yes. That's fine. I know that you have a Force of Will. Does that mean the other 2 cards in your hand are not blue? Okay. Tap top to draw a card. Force of Will. Oh, opponent is outcome. This is not a mirror. Sick. That means this card is going to be hot fire. Sure. Top. Go. I know that I have a Saga up top. Yep. Oh, you poor sweet summer child. Yup. Thanks. Yeah, so opponent's card in hand is like assuredly paradoxical outcome. I'm gonna play this one. Then I'm gonna attack you for 3. So I know the top card of my library is Flooded Strand. Oh, this feels great. Bullying PO with what everyone's calling the better PO deck's kind of rad. Foster. Yup. You sure do have a top back in play. Yeah, Saga gets to start doing Saga things next. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. Replay my top. Opponent doesn't have very many good cards in their deck. With this Hull Breacher in play, most of opponent's deck is pretty bad. Cool. Alright, in dispute. Alright, what else do I want? I think most of my deck is just good against them. I think I can cut this Vamp. Scroll, Time Walk, Tutor, Recall. Disputes, Time Twister. There's an argument to cut Time Twister because we know opponent is, like, also assuredly on at least one Narset. It's also pretty reasonable to assume that opponent has a card in the Great Creator as PO. So, gotta think about how we beat that. I think the answer is just beat them down. Yeah, I'm not gonna sideboard too much for this. I don't think I'm supposed to. Like, yeah, you don't hit Karn. Nothing hits Karn. Could bring in more Hercules, don't think I need to. I just need to play patiently. I am of the mindset that our deck is more powerful. I do really greatly appreciate opponent's avatar, though. Like, that's the realness. Okay. This. This. Go. I agree that you have a Saga. That's a Ruby. I'm gonna play my Saga. You'll get your Saga online first. I also already have the Hercules Recall in hand. So opponent makes a 2/2, trades in my Hull Breacher. I don't love that. I'm just gonna sit back. I think we're both just gonna make Saga boards here. I agree. You have 2/2. You have 2/3/3s. That's a manifold key, sure. Works you? Sick. Fluster your Force of Will. Opponent flustering my Hercs. Well, sure. Alright. I will take 4. Draw my card. Make my thing. Tutor. Probably tutor for... what I want to tutor for right now is Sapphire. Yeah, we're going to tutor for Sapphire. This lets me double fluster them. That's problematic. Hear me out. Urza. Tutor's fine. Mana Crypt, sure. Yep. That'll do. I didn't even think about that. That was enough mana for them to do the thing. Sure thing. Do I want more Hurkyl's Recall now, knowing what I know? That opponent just assumes they're on the... Sure. I'm on the play now, too. Being in the play definitely has its advantages here. Yeah, I'm just gonna run this back. Oh, wait. Karin, get in my deck. Ah, shit. Keep. Soul Ring. So, game plan here is just to let this Saga eventually tutor up Key and just Vault Key them. No. I don't want you to have perfect information when you go looking at trying to figure out what my hand does. Brainstorm's whatever. Yep. What I really want to do is find a Flusterstorm. Mana Crypt's fine. Ruby is fine. Mana Vault is fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean... Oh my god, we found the Flusterstorm, everybody. Let's go. Fetch. Underground Sea. Cast Time Vault. I intend to Vault Key you, friend. That's, yeah, the only card I wanted to see off the top of my deck was Flusterstorm. Red? This doesn't stop Vault. Time Vault. Yeah, like, I had to let opponent PO there. I just had to. And I hate it. But the only thing I care about is anything that interacts with Time Vault. Soul Ring, sure. Moksha, sure. Yup. I don't care about your Soul Guide Lantern. Yep, you're gonna draw another card. Sure. Yup. Yup. No, thank you. Key. Mox. I'm just gonna take infinite turns. Is that cool? Sick. Hey. So, vault key doing vault key things, everybody. That's 2-0. Maybe this deck can just carry me. Because boy do I know that I'm sure I played that wrong. I mean, I don't know if opponent was necessarily salty, right? I think that opponent was like, okay, well, like, you got... Your thing has occurred. I will allow you to do your thing. And, like, there were series of cards opponent could have. Right? Opponent could have had, like, Blocker, Hercules Recall, whatever, right? Like, there's stuff that matters. But... Sweet. So we're now 2-0. That's a pretty good start. 2-0 is not usually how we start these anymore. But again, thank you everyone for hanging out tonight. I will be live again Thursday evening. Deck yet TBD, format obviously vintage. And then again on Saturday at some point. So Thursday's stream will be another 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Saturday at TBD. My wife is actually... Right, sure. But so Saturday, my wife is actually going out of town to visit her family, so I'll probably do an afternoon stream. Kind of hang out for a little bit. Maybe run a couple leagues, question mark? Rad. So for anybody curious, looking at the top of the leaderboard right now, we have Wessel, who is the player that played the green-white deck to the challenge finish. And then I am actually level 1, also known as Justin Ganari. And Justin is a very powerful vintage wizard. Beerus. Who else is killing it right now? A bunch of 1 trophies. So... Yeah, so Saturday I will probably be an afternoon stream. Listen, my wife's out of town, so I'll probably fire one off, hang out for a little bit, play a league or two, just kind of figure it out, and then go from there. Right now, to kind of keep everybody apprised of my mindset, like, my notion is to play either this PO or 8-cast, but I'm also interested in trying the green-white Luminarch Aspirant pile, and then Bant as well. Beebs! I will play first. This is turn 1 Tinker with Forcible back. I'm gonna keep it. Oh, yeah, I mean, so, like, Justin's one of the type of vintage wizards who could play a ham sandwich and probably do alright with it. Balls to 6, good, great. Yeah, like, Justin is the type of vintage wizard who, like I said, could probably play a ham sandwich and still, like, 3-2 or better. Mox. Mox. This. Tinker. Citadel? Sick. I mean, I don't really care about that, right? I think this chalice just resolves. Strip mine, sure. Strip me. Strip me, you coward. Deal. Reacher. Misty. Fetch. Seems right. Go. Wow. Opponent's just got like stone cold nothing going on. I'm gonna play the Saga. Yikes. That's a big hit. I'm gonna take Time Walk. Gross. Misstep sucks. Take another Hull Breacher, I suppose? Any order? Cast another? Clock you. I kind of like this Time Twister, not gonna lie. But if I cast this Time Twister, I need to Herx my opponent first. Sick. Ruby. Make a thing. Probe you, pay the mana. Good. Great. So opponent is obviously shops. So I'm gonna board in the Sphinx. I'm gonna board out Bolus's Citadel. I'm gonna board in my basic island. Yeah, no, that was kind of obnoxious. Vamp feels bad. I can call it Flusters. Board in the Hercules recalls. I guess we keep Vamp then? Question mark? That feels weird. Guess there's not a particular reason to not. So. Don't hate, eliminate, push this member, but I think most of this is just for bringing these two. Call it Vamp. Gross. Oh, cut messed up. There we go. Seems great. I have Force of Will, I have Hercules Recall. This dispute is of questionable value, but I'm probably okay. Like, I need to find something meaningful in a pretty quick hurry, but... Opponent mulled to 6. I mean... I would prefer you didn't, if that's what you're asking, opponent. Grab an island, play top. Yeah, Herx, I think, has plenty of time for us. Sick. Sometimes you're just good at Magic, kids. Top, sure. Strip. Yup, that sucks. Rude. Debating playing top here. I guess there's no reason to expose. If opponent has Crucible Worlds, there's no reason to expose this to being strip mined again. So, I will just let opponent do their thing. It does seem like opponent's hand is what I would call bad. Yeah, I have all the time in the world right now. Opponent? I'm letting you attack me with a Revoker. It's fine. I promise. I don't mind. Three. Okay. Like that it's also fine. Inventor's Fair, sure. That one I actually care about. Your shit resolves. What is this naming? Name... Manifold Key. Sure, sure. You were afraid of me time vaulting you. I understand. That's not where I want that at all. Yeah, like, game plan is we're just gonna Saga and Herx them. Yeah, like, this was probably supposed to name Saga. Like, if I'm being real. Yeah. Herx you? That cool? Choke you under your own sphere? Oh, okay. They have their own Saga. Okay, yep, Needle, sure. Yeah, there we go. Now we named a thing that matters. I mean, opponent has just set it up, so we just Herx them again. Null Rod's fine. Oh, right. Null Rod not fine. That is unfortunate. Quarter me? Sure. I would love to. I will go find another basic island. Hey look, Tolarian Academy. That's pretty rad. Don't hate that one at all. One... Yeah, this is fine.
I'm not really in a hurry to do anything. Opponent doesn't have 4 mana to pay into fair. That's kind of the big thing for them right now. Is opponent does not have 4 mana to put into Inventor's Fair. Soul Ring, sure. Okay. Now are we cracking fair? Or is this Revoker? Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that at all. Yeah, that's fine. Like, this is all very, very fine. Hurks you? Gross. None of this is what I want it to be. Sure. Underground Sea. Spin top. That's a ways off. Time walk. Spin again. Gross. Why? Why? Yup. Soul Ring's fine. I think I still want the Emerald on top. Yeah, Saga, eliminate Emerald. It's fine. Needle also fine. So yeah, like right now all I'm really looking, I guess Tinker doesn't even really do it. I would need Brainstorm into Tinker. And I know my next couple of draws are pretty savage. What? Oh, sure, whatever. I couldn't care less about that. Mox? Oh, I'm supposed to respond to that. Yep. Because they just tutor up another Needle if they have one, and that Needle named Saga. Oh, I tutor up Why? Why would you tutor up Lotus when you have a Null Rod in play? Thorn, sure. Don't care about that either. Sphere, also don't care. You're gonna smash for 7. The funny thing is I already just have this Construct beat. I have an Eliminate. I'm gonna grab... It doesn't matter. I'm gonna grab Needle and name Inventor's Fair. One, two. Okay, sure, great. Counting all the random sphere effects in play. Because we're just going to eliminate this construct. Yeah, like, this is the thing, right? Like, this is the one that shuts off the thing. 4 mana? Jet. Sure. I don't care. Kill your construct? Good game? Easy life? Attack you. Put you to 4. You figure it out, friend. Like, I know you have a Revoker that you can still do the thing. But I don't know that you have anything that beats 2 7/7s. Cool. They agree. Well, 3-0. We're already break even on the night. That's a hell of a lot better than we did Sunday, everybody. So, wow. So far the quick version is, this deck is absurd. Like, I thought 8-cast was nutty, but like, this is kind of obnoxious. I don't know. I don't know how this all of a sudden has come together, but like, wow. Like, this shell feels very, very, very powerful. And I was, yeah, confirmed good indeed. Like, and I was worried too about like, oh, well, maybe I want the Sphinx mate. Like, I don't know that you, like, I don't know that you need it. Like, the Shops matchup felt pretty dumb. And like, that, saying that, right, like, I went to 2 in game 1 off of my own Citadel. Like, that's kind of absurd. Also, bonus shout out to the Power 9 on MTGO, who's responsible for this particular construction. Yeah, this is some hot nonsense. Still kind, like, part of me kind of questions disputes. Just because there's a lot of times where it's going to be like 3 mana leak. And I don't know that I love that. But also I understand that Vintage is a primarily blue format. So, Alright. In round 4. Alright, Crazy Diamond. Well, that one's gas. Yeah, I guess. Crazy Diamond mulligans to 6. I mean, our Chop's opponent's hand was pretty reasonable, right? They were just, like, making Revoker... Well, okay, so I guess they made a Revoker at us, and then stripped us, and... Like... Yeah, I mean... Fire this off. What are you playing, Crazy Diamond? Oh, you're playing PO. Okay, well... That feels like easy money. Also, can we just kind of hose them here? They have a turn 1 PO hand. I can just name Scalding Tarn or Flusterstorm them. I think we're just going to plan to Fluster them. I lied. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna name Tarn. I might get punished for this. Yep. Pearl, ring. Yep. Opal. Yep. Reckless Impulse. Sure. Underground Sea Lightning Bolt. Okay. Yeah, so this is Justin's PO pile. Yep. This is the PO list that Justin's been working on. Play the Divining Top. And then pass with Fluster up. Lotus, sure. Fluster you. They can crack Lotus to pay here. Yeah, and they crack Lotus to pay. So, and the thought that I just had there was that maybe I was supposed to hold the Fluster, Vamp, use my Vamp to get Mana Crypt, and tinker with Fluster back. Sure. Opponent hasn't showed me anything I don't know about. There's the Divining Top. Okay. Opponent has a Bolt they can cast at me if they're so inclined. Sure. I'm gonna do something absurd, and I'm gonna Vamp in my upkeep for Mana Crypt, and I'm gonna try to tinker. Because if I can... Yeah, if I can tinker for... If I can just tinker for Citadel right here, right now. You have bolted me. I allow it. Draw a card with top, sure. Time Walk, that's a pretty good one. The Tarn that we knew about. There's another PO. There's the top. Okay. Set up the top 3. So it was definitely better to not play this. So opponent has to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Opponent has to have exactly Flusterstorm. I guess Daze also does it. I'm gonna Vamp. Gonna go get Mana Crypt. You got it? Alright, cool. I will not pay. So opponent floated it with their top, which is very smart. So what else does... There's the top. Spin top. Top and upkeep. Citadel Misty Saga. Nope. Player is a Saga. So now that Tinker is gone, Saga's the last, or Citadel's the last card I want to see. Mm-hmm. Fanwedge, thank you for joining. We are currently 3-0 playing Blue Tinker. That Hull Breacher is also pretty gas. So, look at the top three, sure. I think if opponent went to flip top, I would just snap off, yeah. Gonna draw my card. Play Hull Breacher. What you got? Force of Will? Pitching Fluster. Okay. Sure. So the game plan here is... They're gonna scroll, sure. Scroll for what? Ancestral? Like, PO doesn't do the thing here. Unless you've got another mana source of some kind in hand. Ancestral. Yep. Yep. You get to draw 3 cards. So... Question is, do I want to draw my top here? Probably not. I don't think so. I'll just let my top go. Gonna make the construct. Tutor up. Probably Soul Ring? Soul Ring seems like gas. Actually. Tutor up Lotus? Cast Urza? Is that one good? So, like... No, Greg, we are round 4, game 1. Oh, opponent has the Breach package. Okay. That makes some sense. So, opponent is on an Underworld Breach package. We saw the Brain Freeze. I mean, Greg, I will be uploading all of it to YouTube. So there's always that. You can watch my nonsense on YouTube at any time. It is available. In fact, I believe that I did the thing a week or so ago, and if you go down into the Twitch, yeah, Mystical's fine. If you go down into the Twitch under the video, if you're on the website not full screened, my YouTube link is down below, and I upload everything there. Oh, rad. That Yogwell looks pretty tasty. That's a good one. Lotus, sure. That's a good one. Ancestral again. Yup. So, we're gonna Reckless Impulse first. That seems like a thing you should be doing. Like, I like Reckless Impulse, then Ancestral, then probably Walk. I think that's the most value you're gonna get out of your Yogwill. Knowing that I'm shields down, doing nothing. I mean, Greg, that's on you, man. There might not be a Stoneforge Mystic, but there's plenty of artifacts. And there might not be a Doomsday, but look at all this blue-black nonsense. Okay. Oh, opponent's gonna PO out of their graveyard. Sure. That's reasonable enough, I suppose. I mean, we're gonna have 6. I got nothing, opponent. You do you. We're on your clock now. I'm either dead or I'm not. Ancestral, yep, kind of saw that one coming. PO again. Opponent's at 28 cards in library. Crypts. Ruby. Opal. Pearl. Tinker? Nope. Mana Vault. Soul Ring. Opponent, how many POs have you cast? There's 2. 2. Answer's 2. I mean, you're welcome to continue drawing cards. Like, you've shown me nothing that even remotely looks like it's gonna kill me. Van Wedge, indeed. Indeed. Opponent cast Walk, which I kind of expected. Does opponent ever their Brain Freeze? So that's what I'm wondering, Van Wedge, and like, opponent, a lot of these lists aren't playing Mentor? Like, I didn't actually look at Justin's list that close, if I'm being totally honest. Is Justin's list even playing a Mentor? Well, that's, like, right, like... Well, doesn't Citadel Death Laser do, like, 1 billion damage? Okay, so Justin's list does not play a Mentor. Yeah, so, like, I'm not sure what opponent's kill is right now. Like, I know they're on Breach. Like, are they trying to freeze me? Is there a second freeze? At least last night I was not sure. Yep, that has to tap for blue. I see where we're going. We found another PO. No? Okay. Apparently we're not doing the thing, which feels good for me. Wonder Red, yep. Impulse. There's Top and a Vamp exiled. Yeah, like... I mean, like, if opponent's just going for style points and, like, gonna grape shot me or something, like, cool, I guess? Right, and that's what I'm not quite sure of, right, is, like, what's the plan here? And they're also on a Yogwell turn, so... Like, anything they cast
anything would go to their graveyard would get exiled anyway. I'm still F6. You have fun, friend. Yeah, like, I'm not entirely sure what the win condition at this point is. I agree. I think the opponent basically, like, when they cast the Yogwell, I think it was just supposed to be like, oh, they're cast Citadel. Sure, sure, sure. Okay. Are you gonna Death Laser me? Because your Time Walk is gone. Yeah, it should have been Yogwell for, like, Reckless Impulse plus, Reckless Impulse, Ancestral Time Walk, the end. At least that's the way I would have played the line. Like, yeah, opponent got to do a bunch of other stuff, but, like, a bunch of other stuff that just resulted in time off their clock and, like, basically nothing. So they have top Citadel. So, like, if there's a kill condition proper left in their deck, like, they've got it. And so, like, my Tinker's gone. They have a Bolt? Is there another Bolt? Is that the line here? Is, like, activate Citadel, dome you for 10, bolt you? Like, that seems reasonable. Yeah, Travis, that's what I'm not sure. Like, is Breach even a kill anymore? Because they pitched the Brain Freeze to Force of Will. So, like, is Breach even a kill? Again, I'm not super familiar with Justin's list. I just kind of saw in passing that this is kind of what he was working on. So I'm not positive, like, what the plan is. But, like, is there another freeze? Or are we on the, like, bolt you to death Breach pile? Because, like, that's a thing. 9. This is getting closer and closer to lethal. 8. 7. Reckless Impulse. Brainstorm Island. Sure. Opal. Obviously the Brainstorm Island don't matter too much at the moment. Yeah, like, I'm unclear. Just kind of waiting to see where opponent takes us. Because, like, I have to imagine that whatever they're doing involves step 1 getting Death Lasered. Oh, there's a Breach. Alright. Now we turn off auto yields. Sure. So now opponent's breaching us. Okay. Activate Citadel? Yes. Put it on the stack. If you put it on the stack, I will concede. We can just wrap this up real tight. Like, I mean, like, kind of, yeah, okay. You did it. So, Dispute, Herx, Karn, Famp. Fish, we're currently 3-0. No, we did not add additional tankers. We're currently 3-0, however. What 4 cards do I cut? Maybe this Herx are too much? Because I have Karn, I have Hull Breacher, I have.
Cut a Force of Will? Could cut a Force of Will. That seems reasonable. Needle's like fine, but not incredible. I kind of just want to cut a Force of Will. Just fight with Force of Negation, Flusterstorm, Mystical Dispute, whatever. Yep, we won the die roll. What? I'm gonna mull it. I'm gonna keep it and chip the Ponder. Like, this is gonna scream Hull Breacher from the rooftops, right? Like, this is absolutely just gonna scream Hull Breacher from the rooftops. Sick. Mox. Time Vault goes back. Land goes back. Mox Emerald. Say go. Yeah, right. What's the game plan here, opponent? He's gonna tinker right here, right now? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty soft to tinker. I'm gonna cast it. You got blast, okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I kind of knew they had to have something, right? Like, you don't just fire a Reckless Abandon Ancestral like that with no plan. I don't want either of the cards that are on top of my library. Top. Spin top. Here we are being good at Magic, kids. The other Hull Breacher's right on top. DT's fine. Don't care about that. So are you like DTs for Hercs? That would be pretty funny. What do you got, opponent? Like, maybe that was DT for another blast? Like, that would make some sense? I think the game plan is just, like, draw the Hull Breacher naturally, pass, and then have flip top into Fluster and Fluster their stuff. I'm probably also just going to play this Lotus next turn. Four. What do you got? Can you show me a Karn? I'll get sad about it. 3. Tank. That's unfortunate, but like, I guess. What are we tinkering into? Citadel, sure.
So, worth mentioning here, there's a Fluster in the top 3 cards. Yeah, worth mentioning, there's a Flusterstorm in the top 3 cards in my library. Alright. I feel like I'm being baited. But I'm gonna fall for it. I got another one. What do you got? Blast? Dress down. Sure, sure, sure. That's fair. Okay. Like, you get a turn unmolested. Sure. Just gonna F6. Like, opponent is also at 6.5 minutes on clock, and they have to kill me basically this turn. Because, like, next turn, I'm going to play top. Probably spin again just to see what shows up. No, so, Travis, I could have flustered what? Flustered their Tinker? I thought about it. I figured this beats the Bolus to Citadel as well as everything else does. Because, like, their game plan is to PO, right? So if their game plan is to PO, like, this also just beats it. But opponent had... So, like, it's just as likely the opponent has dress down as they do, like, their own fluster or something. So, yeah, I definitely thought about top for fluster the Tinker. But I think it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen the other. There's the breach. That's unfortunate. Opponent is at 7. Cast breach.
Blast my breacher? Is that what we're gonna do? Missed up. Nice. Okay. They've made some amount of black mana and are casting something with it. There's DT. Okay. Brain freeze? This has got to be brain freeze, right? Brain freeze, target me. Yeah, it's gotta be freeze. Here's a Lotus. Sure. 4 mana. Brain freeze. Yep. Sick. Alright, well, we lost to Crazy Diamond playing Unstable PO, which, from what I've understood listening to Justin talk, like, Unstable PO is kind of designed to prey a little on the Tinker deck. I won't say that that's a certainty, but that definitely feels like the way Justin has felt about it. So that is reasonable enough. And we're still 3-1.
I think this has been a pretty reasonable league. We will see how it goes in the final round. Oh, we're playing against Andy again. Sure.
No. Yes. Get rid of Breacher? I think I'm just gonna get rid of the whole Breacher here. Done. What do we got, Andy? Alright. Probe you. Yo, what? That's a Murktide Regent. And force blue card days. Yikes. Our work is cut out for us. Our work is assuredly cut out for us. I mean, I could just jam this, right? Just like jam this and let it be. Because, like, this is not how I plan on winning this game. But Andy doesn't know that. So the Murktide's gone. The Force of Negation's gone. So next turn, if I Ancestral... Yeah, that was the game plan. Oh, no, I agree. Like, that was exactly the point, Van Wedge. Was that, like, Time Vault wasn't my win condition, but Andy didn't know that Time Vault wasn't my win condition. Alright. So... Ancestral. And he still has days. Okay. Does this walk good? No. Okay. Nope. Cool. So I know, yep. Knew that. What are you scrolling for, Andy? Probably another Force? Has to be another Force, right? Ancestral. So, what do we think the odds are? Sick. That's hilarious, by the way. Well, that's the point, is we looked at Andy's opening hand and we knew what we had to do. We knew we had to fight through all this crap. No, but this is hysterical. Opponent's hand contains Ancestral Recall. We know that we have Mental Misstep Act available whenever we want it. That's the funniest thing ever. Yeah, Nurse It resolves. I don't like it, but Nurse It resolves. I agree. So we know one of the cards in our opponent's hand is Ancestral Recall. There's a Bolt. Sweet. And he's just gonna try to kill us. Sapphire. Saga. Urza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spin. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. Cast. I will take... Wow, none of these are particularly spectacular, if I'm going to be honest. I'll take Force of Will. And... another blue card. Any order. This one. This one. Narset Parter Avails. Go. Seems good. I mean... I will pay for days. Yes, please. Yep, that was the game plan. Alright, so Andy is on some sort of aggro deck. I want this dispute. I don't know if he can beat a resolved Sphinx. Vamp sucks. Lantern feels reasonable. I also have a sneaking suspicion that Andy is on Wasteland. Which we can technically beat, but... I think... Huh. What do I want? Cut the Vamp. Can cut a Force of Will. Scroll... probably Herx. Herx feels bad. And then, do I want any more of this stuff? That's kind of the million-dollar question. Is there anything else that I want? Soul Guide Lantern feels reasonable because it can shut down Murktide Regent, but I think I can also just kind of go over top of Murktide Regent, even though Andy is like mono counter spells dot deck. Yeah, this is probably okay. So, yeah, so based on the way that played out too, I don't know if Andy realized that like I could just randomly tap Citadel for blue. For those who don't know, Montolio is Andy Marketon. This looks hot. I don't hate this at all. Sure, that's a ruby. Yes. That feels bad. I don't think I'm supposed to fight over it. So I can just set up Tinker next turn. With Force of Will back. Which is what I think I'm going to do. I mean, I'm just going to set up Tinker for Sphinx with Force of Will back. Yep. Drawing Sapphire would be gas here. Or Lotus. I guess I'm not really in a hurry, right? I can just play Saga. I haven't seen anything yet that this needs to worry about, I guess. I could preemptively name Wasteland because it's the card that beats me, but I don't think I need to. I'm just gonna pass. Yeah, so Tinker... Okay. Opponent is assuredly on Wasteland, and now I get to feel bad about my life choices. Tinker for Sphinx, because my opponent is a blue-red deck, and I don't know that they can beat... I don't know that they can beat it. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. We learned our lesson. This is gonna name Wasteland. How many more counter spells you got, Andy? I feel like this dig through time is a ways off, and if the dig through time happens, I think I would rather just be tinkering, so I think I'm gonna force this. Yeah, but Van Wedge, opponent is a blue-red deck, and I think that if we put a Sphinx into play, they just lose. Perfect. That is as I imagined. No. Yeah, Andy's play patterns just screamed to me that he had it. I'm debating on whether or not I want to fire this Tinker off now, given the situation. Island... I think I want to wait a turn. We do not know if opponent has Dark Fade or not. Last game we saw Murktide Regents and Bolts and a bunch of counter magic. He has 4. I don't care about Preordain. Oh, my apologies, yeah. There we go, everybody. Yeah, opponent has 3 cards in hand. They've just cast this Preordain. Waiting for Montoya to pay cost. This feels like a dragon. Oh, it's a Ragavan. Sure, that's fine. I want to draw a land. Or mana source. That is a good one. What do we got, Andy? Like, him having 3 mana up is kind of bad. I'm just hoping he also doesn't have another counterspell. He does. He had 2 of them, in fact. Yikes. Well, that's bad. Yeah, so opponent's hand was Pyroblast, Force of Will, Force of Negation. And now we're gonna get Ragavan to death. And there's a dragon. I'm terrified, Merchant Scroll. That sucks. Would have liked that a whole lot right about now. Yep. Scroll, sure. What is Scroll getting for you, Andy? You've already cast your Ancestral Recall. Is it a Fluster? That'd be pretty gas, not gonna lie. Gosh. That's also a good one, as it turns out. Yeah, yeah. Mox. So one of these is still one of your lands. Oh, and a dragon. Gross. 8, 12, 13, 14. And we can't like, Tinker's gone. Don't see where we're coming back from that. So, now that I know opponent has Ragavan, I kind of want this Fatal Push. Because that can be problematic. I'm okay cutting Time Twister. I think Time Twister is bad. Yep. Well, so we're 1-1 versus Andy. We can still 4-1 this league. Yeah. We won the first one. Because we could pay for days by tapping Bolus's Citadel. Strangely enough. Nope. This looks fine? This looks fine. It is slow, but fine. Get basic, cast this, cast top, say go. I really do think this is a pretty reasonable way to attack the meta right now, though. By playing all these aggressive decks like this. Sure. None of these are very good. Crypt, DT, Force. I'm gonna once again spin this Divining Top. Yikes. DT, Crypt, Force. So, I'm gonna give him the Force here.
Because I don't think there's a feasible way that he's ever casting it this turn. And that's kind of the beauty of the between top and Ragavan, is that I can kind of choose what it is he's going to steal from me. Rainstorm's fine. I don't remotely care about that. There are definitely cards I don't want Andy to have access to. Things like the Demonic Tutor. So, by doing that, this turn we're gonna draw a Mana Crypt. We could play Mana Crypt if we're so inclined. Spin top again. I think I would spin top before playing Crypts. Apparently, he found 3 good ones. Or 3 really bad ones. I guess 3 really bad ones probably just go back immediately, right? So this can't be Dragon, which is good. Or Murktide Regent specifically. So, rude. Alright, you have chosen to replicate. Yikes. He is flustered back. Are you gonna force a will now too? That would be kind of gas. You are. You have forced my force of will, right? Yes. And on top of my library is Crypt. Draw this to negate the Shattering Spree. And then just let all of this resolve. Guess I'm losing my Mox and I'm sad about it. Mana Crypt. Yikes. So hold on a second. Draw. I get so punished if he has Daze right now. Oh, come on. So my top is on top right now. She's gonna take.
That said, he's getting very low on resources, which makes this top good, but also means that I'm like less likely to randomly die. Okay. My top resolves. This is now where I'm like, wish I had the Hercules recall in my deck. Get my top back. Okay. Alright. So there's the demonic tutor. And he is, however, going to steal my Mox. Which feels bad. Yup. Okay.
Praying for Black Source up top. Sure. I don't think it does, right? Because if I have Black Source up top, I can... Oh, sure, that just doesn't matter. Ouch. It's getting worse. Now I'm basically just looking for Tinker. As is tradition with the deck, just looking for Tinker. So that's the thing, right? Is with Annie being so low on resources, like, if I just find Tinker, I win the game. Because I just tinkered for Sphinx, put a Sphinx into play, and come back from this. Got Delta. Okay. Well, there was a Black Source. Yikes. What does this do? Anything? We can't fetch. Yikes. Rough. Well, alright. So, 3-2. I think the deck is very powerful. I think the deck is very, very, very powerful. I think that some of that I probably lost to not sideboarding the way I'm supposed to. Like, I wonder if my opponent is on a Murktide Regent, like, Delve deck, am I supposed to be playing these Soul Guide Lanterns to try to tempo them off of it? Like, was I supposed to go real deep on all of this removal? Was Sphinx correct? If I have Sphinx in my deck, am I still supposed to have Bolas' Citadel? All of these questions are unclear. It's my first night out with the deck, and I think it feels really good. I could definitely see playing this next weekend. Like, I really, really could. This feels kind of insane. But for the evening, that will be all. I do appreciate you all joining me tonight. Like I said, I will be back again Thursday evening, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Maybe some more Blue Tinker. Maybe the green-white Luminarch Aspirant deck. Maybe some Bant Archon. Who knows? TBD. I will make that announcement on my Twitter. Probably the day of, if I don't make the decision any earlier. But yeah. And then again, I will also be back Saturday afternoon with another stream as well. In the meantime, if you like what you see here, please feel free to follow me. I usually stream 3 nights a week. The nights kind of vary, but it usually 3 nights a week, a couple midweek, and then a weekend. If you would like to see some past streams, down in my Twitch information, you can find my YouTube link, where I have uploaded pretty much all of the leagues that I've played since I started streaming. So if you want to go back and watch those, kind of cut down a little bit so that there's... they're pretty much full length, but I cut a little off the front and the end and kind of clean them up a little bit. And then finally, if you really, really like the content and would like to support the channel and have, I don't know, Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime. And if you're not using your Bezos bucks elsewhere on Twitch, feel free to send them my way. I would greatly appreciate it. Again, currently working with a local artist to try to get some emotes drafted up. Greg, are you still here? Because if you are still here, no, he is not. One of the emotes I am looking at having drafted up is going to be a cartoon character of Stoneforge Mystic, like the traditional World Wake art with her hands like this, but instead of the weapons up top, just a big heart, because it'll be cute and great. But yeah, I have a couple of other ideas. I'm going to talk more with the artist and see what we can work out. So, again, everybody, thank you so much for coming out tonight, and hopefully I will see all of you again Thursday and Saturday. You all enjoy the rest of your evening. Cheers, everybody.